Hi guys, welcome to another exciting tutorial. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to draft a shirt collar. Before we continue, I would like you to click on the subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, so you'll be notified whenever we drop useful tutorials like this. Alright, so the first thing we'll be doing is to measure the neckline of the outfit that you want to attach your collar to, be it a shirt, a blouse, whatever it is. Just measure around your neckline as seen. Make sure you measure it gradually and as slow as possible so you get the accurate measurement. You can as well measure it 2 times or 3 times. Go ahead and put a fresh paper on fold as seen. Alright, make sure all the edges are equal. Then after that, using a straight ruler, rule out your starting line. This will help us to have a straight line to work with. The next thing you will have to do is to divide the neck round measurements that you took by 2 and go ahead to mark it from the folded end of your paper. Mark it from the folded end of your paper on that line that we drew that serves as our starting line. Alright guys, the next thing we'll be working on is our collar stand. And for our collar stand, we'll go up by 1.5 inches from our starting line. We are using 1.5 inches. Mark it on both ends and go ahead to connect your lines vertically and horizontally. Connect the dots together. This will now serve as your collar stand. Okay, so from this other end of your paper, this end that is not on fold, go in by 1/2 inch and using a curve ruler or your free hand, draw a curve. Just curve that corner because that's how our collar is supposed to be. Supposed to have a little bit curve to make it fine. So the next thing is to create our main collar, and for us to achieve that, from that 1/2 inch point, go in by 1 inch. So this is what I mean. All right, this is it. So after that, from that 1 inch point, go up by 3.5 inches. This is the height of the collar I'm working with. Yours can be 4 inches or 5 inches depending on how high you want it to be. Mark it vertically and rule with a straight line as seen. So the next thing we'll do is measure whatever you use for your collar height and add 1/2 inch to it. Then you mark it on this other end, on the folded end. All right, then using a curved ruler, connect the both points together. So this is what you should have if you are doing the right thing. All right, so before we continue guys, if you are here to subscribe to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is from this point, come out again by 1/2 inch. After that, using your curve ruler, reconnect your curve, like extend your line to that point using your curve ruler. Give it a good curve. So after this guys, the next thing we are going to be doing is to use our straight ruler and draw a slanted line back to our collar height, back to where the collar height started from. Just reconnect it back to meet this point as seen on this video. All right guys, so the next thing is to go ahead and label your collar stand and your main collar and go ahead to cut it out. So while cutting it out, always remember to indicate which part is the upside and which part is the down part of the collar. Okay, then after that guys, this is what you are supposed to have if you actually followed the instruction given in this video. This is what you are supposed to have. This is what it should look like. All right guys, so we are going to go ahead and use our collar stay to cut out our collar. So now when you want to cut out your collar with the collar stay, I mean the paper collar that we drafted, you want to cut it out on the collar stay, you are going to pin it down, put it on fold, and make sure you don't add any allowance to the collar stay. You are going to cut exactly what we had on our paper. Just follow what I'm doing, just cut exactly this way. So after that, you open it up, then introduce your Ankara fabric that you are going to be using for your collar. Okay, then the shiny part of the collar stay, place it against the Ankara, place it on the Ankara, then iron it out. Why we added the shiny part is because we want it to stick to the Ankara. So after that, go ahead and add your sewing allowance of 1/2 inch all around as seen, right? Make sure you add it accurately, 1/2 inch all around. From the collar stay, you extend out by 1/2 inch. That will serve as a sewing allowance. So I went ahead to add my paper stay on the other side of this Ankara. Then I folded it into 2 because I need 2 of each of this collar. The collar stand is going to be 2 pieces, the main collar 2 pieces. Then go ahead to cut it out like I just did. All right. Okay, so this is what you will have after cutting it out. All right, guys. So now we're going to move to the sewing machine to sew our collar. The first thing I will do is to sew round like this. I'll come like this and sew it down. So let's sew it together. So I went ahead to sew it following the curves. Make sure you follow your curves, follow the collar stay, and maintain your 1/2 inch sewing allowance that you added. Okay, when you get to corner, you carry your presser foot and continue. So after that, I went ahead to trim off the excess that I had, leaving about 0.2 inch allowance. Then I removed my pins and I turned it out to the right side. While turning it out, you can use any pointed object to push out those corners, those pointed ends. You have to push it out. Then you go ahead and iron it. All right, so this is it. After ironing it, this is what I have. This is what the inside looks like. So now you put it together this way and notch your center. So I've already gone ahead to notch the center. This is what I have. So you now bring in your collar stand, right? You also find the center of your collar stand. Notch the center. Of your collar stand. So I'm trying to make sure it aligns. Then I'll notch the center. So this is my center for the collar stand. So now this is your main collar. You look at the side that has the gum. So this side that has this curve is facing up, and that's where we notched the curved side. Now the notched side will be on the notch, center to center, and you bring the second part midpoint to midpoint. You are going to sew on this one. We are sewing it this way. You sew it like this. When you get to this point, you lock, you backstitch. This part has to be open, okay? So let's sew it. You've seen how you turn your curve. So how I'm sewing the curve, this is how you should go. Follow your curves. So when you get to this white place where the collar stays stopped, that is where you will backstitch, okay? So that at the end of the day, this is what you should have. You will sew to this point, and this is what you should have. So now we are going to be doing the same for this other side. So now this is what I have, and this is what I have. So I will now, after sewing it, I went ahead, I've trimmed it off. I've trimmed off the excess. So I'll now pull it out. So when you are done pulling it out, the next thing you are supposed to do is to iron it. Okay? You go ahead and iron it. This is what our collar looks like. This is the finished look of the collar. Okay, so I've gone ahead to notch this part. I did it this way and I notched it. So this is it and this is it. So now I'll bring in the shirt. See, this way, put it together like this. Open it up this way. Open it up this way, put it together like this. Right? Making sure that this shoulder aligns. Then we are going to notch we've notched. So this is also the center. So now, I'll bring in my collar and attach it. I'm sewing from the inside. I'm sewing the inside first. So I'll attach it this way. Your center should meet the center on your shirt. So center to center, the inside first. I go ahead and pin it down. All right. So I'm going to cut this off a bit, so I'll be able to weave it. Alright, so just go ahead and pin it all around. While pinning it, make sure none of the sides are picking. Remember, we are pinning it from the wrong side of the fabric towards the right side. So just do the same thing, pin it all around, then you go ahead and sew it. After pinning it, this is what I had, okay? This is what it looked like. Then I will now go ahead and sew it. Alright guys, so for you to sew it, start from one midpoint, like the center where we notched. Start from one center towards the other side and another center to the end. I don't know if you get it, because if you do it that way, it makes it more accurate. Like you will not have excess and you will not be picking the fabric while sewing it. So that's what I just did here. And take your time to sew it. Don't rush, just take your time. Alright guys, so now we'll go ahead and sew. Remember, we sewed the inside first. So this is the good part of the fabric. So go ahead and sew this one next. Just by folding this in. You fold it in this way. And you stitch. Arrange it well. And you stitch. Keep folding them in like that all the way down. Alright, so while sewing this last part, endeavor to arrange it. Try and arrange it as much as you can, because if you don't arrange it, you are going to be having a lot of excess and the fabric will also be picking. If you notice, I'm arranging it from time to time. Make sure you take your time. Don't even think of rushing. You don't rush when you are sewing a collar, okay? Arrange it, stretch it out, but don't drag it. Just allow it to just lay flat, but make sure that you are checking both the under and the top part, that no fabric is being picked, and if you follow that way, you will not have excess. Okay, so before we come to the end of this video, I went ahead to top stitch on my already sewn collar, because doing that adds should I say design to it. So I just felt like running a stitch on the collar to give it a better look. Alright, so this is what it looks like when I was done sewing it. This is what our collar looks like. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you are yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever we drop tutorials like this. See you in the next one. Bye.